Kia ora koutou, Lillian Grace here from Figure.NZ. We exist to bring you numbers across a whole range of topics relevant for Aotearoa, New Zealand, and today I'm going to take you through some numbers on our schools. So to start with, we have 4.8 million people that live in our country, and of those, about 800,000 are our students, which means about 17% of our population are school students, so years 1 to 13. And each year at the moment, about 60,000 people start during the year and enter the schooling system, and about 60,000 people leave it at some point during the year. And when we look at those 800,000 people, they are spread out all across our schools throughout Aotearoa, New Zealand, and there are 2,500 schools in total. And we can break those down in a few different ways, and to start with we can break it down into 1,900 primary schools, and then we have about 400 secondary schools and 200 composite schools, and that's when the school goes right from primary through to secondary. When we look at the number of students that go to each, they're quite different. So we have about 465,000 students that go to primary, 270 secondary, and 56,000 that go to our composite schools. There are, out of those 2,500 schools, 73 are our kura kaupapa Māori schools, and there are 31 of those that are primary, 1 secondary, and 41 are the composite schools. A few other kind of highlight points about our schools is that we have, again, out of all of the 2,500, we have 60 girls' schools, we have 50 boys' schools, and a number of private schools. In total, there are 85 private schools. When we look back at how things have changed in terms of students and schools, there's also been quite a change in a few things in different directions. So if we look at, say, 20 years ago, since then we've now added, so we've got 90,000 more students than we did 20 years ago, but we actually have 250 fewer schools than we did back then. So we can look at those two numbers and know that some of our schools are growing. But when we have looked at the numbers and looked at how they change by region, then we know that it's also not consistent. So in New Zealand we have 16 regions. My home region is Hawke's Bay, and of those 16, 6 of them have been declining in the number of students that there are since 20 years ago. About 4 regions have stayed about the same, and only 6 have had rising student numbers over the past 20 years. So we'll pop some of the figures by region down in the comments below if you want to have a look and see what's been going on in your region. And you can also look at where we got all this data from on Figure.NZ and look at a bunch of charts that you can share and look at more in detail. And of course it's always good to kind of mix looking at figures with what happens in the real world, so we would love to hear some of your comments below about your experiences with schools and if the numbers kind of seem similar to what you've experienced. Alright, ka kite.